Sunday we are still celebrating the Feast of the Holy Meeting, the Holy Encounter in the Temple of the Lord God and Savior Jesus Christ. But we're also beginning the Lenten Triodian, the preparation period, with the story of the tax collector, the publican, and the Pharisee. As I mentioned last week, Zacchaeus was a tax collector, and I mentioned how much these people were hated, despised, looked down upon. But we have this, the church introduces us to the idea of fasting, getting us ready by introducing this theme, which runs throughout the entire Great Fast. It's repeated constantly, to have the humility of the tax collector and to avoid the pride of the Pharisee. It's we're celebrating still the meeting, the encounter of Christ in the temple, which is what our church calls February 2nd. How these people encountered Christ varied. We have four people. We had Simeon, who steadfastly awaited our Lord, took him into his arms with joy. Anna the prophetess also had been serving the temple for many years. She too prophesied and received our Lord with joy when he came. The Pharisee, when he went to the temple, thought he was encountering God, but actually was encountering himself. He was talking about telling God how wonderful he was. I pay all my tithes, I fast twice a week. You should be thankful that I'm one of your people, you know. I mean, the Pharisee's pride was his undoing. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of times we think, you know, we're doing God a favor or something. It's how blessed God is to have us as a believer. I mean, it's absurd. I mean, the Pharisee is an absurd figure in this parable, but we're all like that to some degree. We all think that we are somehow blessed, somehow superior. You know, okay, you will say, I'm merciful, God be merciful, I'm a humble sinner, but that's not really what in our heart of hearts we believe. We have to constantly fight that temptation to think that we're better than other people, that we are somehow more blessed, somehow more alert, somehow more aware than most people. The fact is, we're all servants of God. We're all dependent totally on God. We would have nothing. Everything we have is because of God's grace and goodness. We've done nothing to, you know, we act like we've earned certain things, and you know, certainly our behavior does merit certain blessings, but those blessings always have a greater requirement. Those blessings always have a greater obligation. People who are blessed are expected to do more. Sure, the Pharisee was faithful, he was good, and it's really a shame the Pharisees really get a bad shake in the Gospels, because the Pharisees were very zealous people. But his pride is what brought him down. And the hero was the tax collector, the people who they perceived as a traitor, collecting taxes for the Romans, for those godless Gentiles. But his approach to God, his encounter with God was, God be merciful to me, a sinner. That's the approach that all of us have to take. The church reminds us of that again and again and again during the Great Fast, that we have to approach God with humility. We have to approach God and realize that we are sinful, that we are weak, and it's only his grace that raises us up. He took on our human flesh in order to raise us up himself. We have to remind ourselves of that fact. Humility is primary. Humility and steadfastness. The steadfastness is shown by Simeon and Anna the prophetess. But humility is shown by the publican, the tax collector in today's gospel account. So as we get ready for the Great Fast, which is merely 3 weeks away now, let's indeed take stock of ourselves. See where we are falling short. Recognize that we do fall short. I think that's really the first step. Recognize that we do fall short. Take the step back that our church is expecting from us. The church prepares us for the great. Church doesn't just toss us into the Great Fast. Church prepares us mentally and spiritually for the great fast, which mentally and spiritually prepares us for the holy feast of Pascha, the ultimate feast. So let's continue this liturgy this morning. Let's pray to our Lord God to give us the strength and the grace and the humility of the publican. Glory to Jesus Christ.
Glory forever.